Yo, 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 what's good, fam? It's your boy Chino, and we back at it again. Y'all already know the vibes. 2020 Rex. We here. Alright, so last time I told you we had another little project maybe to get into when we had some more free time. So we're doing a quick little unboxing video. These are some parts I got straight from the land of the rising sun. HKS carbon fiber shift knob, legit from Japan. I just let the box go and drop it. That was dumb. That's it. You see it. That's premium goods carbon fiber shift knob. Now, these are actually not made for the Rex. This is actually made for the BRZ or the GR86, but it's all the same shit. Same. Ooh, look at that. Look at that thing. So crispy. And you can definitely see the difference, which makes me think the one I have in my car is not real carbon fiber. I believe it's just black fiberglass and resin. This thing is sweet. So we're gonna install this with our Bride shifter boot. I've been holding on to this for like a year now. I haven't done it just cause, I don't know, I procrastinate. I just like to get multiple things done at once, not just do one thing here, one thing there, but yeah, so that's the shift knob. We'll put that on. Alright, now we're only gonna do one of these two. I got a lot of stuff to do under the hood coming up next in the works. And that stuff's gonna require me to remove the top mount intercooler and stuff like that. These are front and rear Blitz strut tower bars. And because I got some work going on in the front, this will be in the way for it. It will end up requiring me to move them. I'm not gonna bother putting it on to have to take it off. I don't want to risk scratching it all up while I get it out and stuff like that. Packaging stuff is cool. See, Japanese. I don't know. There's this roll of like black plastic. I'm not sure what that's for, but I'll figure it out. Too bad I don't read Japanese. That'd be cool. I want to say this one is the rear. I don't think it's gonna have a high arch like that. That's probably just to clear the intercooler and stuff. So I'm gonna confidently say this is the one we're gonna be installing today. 96101. I do have a sticker with a part number on the back, so I know it goes with this box of hardware. So we're gonna leave these together. 96101. And oddly enough, this is made for this car, but it's also listed, it also fits a GR and BRZ. So that's cool. Alright guys, you see it? We got the Rex pulled out the driveway. Pulled out the garage and into the driveway. So we could do this rear strut tower bar. I don't really expect to gain anything from this. I mean, it should give the car a little bit more rigidity, but will it be noticeable? I don't know. We're just doing the rear for today. I gotta pull out the subwoofer. This is a factory kicker subwoofer. Honestly, as someone who really loves car audio, that's really not it. I do got stuff I had a system in every car I've ever had. This is the longest I've ever owned a car that I didn't put audio equipment in, and it's just because my focus is on doing other things first. Got that little liner out. Handy dandy pry tool kit. Boom. This little guy right here will there's little plastic like clips. Alright guys, I'll show you inside the trunk real fast. See a spot there, the spot here, and 1 and 2. Those were plastic clips. I was missing about almost all of them from this side. I thought initially that this might be 2 pieces because of that seam right there. It's not. It looks like it was glued together from the factory to be 1 piece. I might have to cut this out. If I don't have to, I won't, but if I have to, I will. My goal with this thing is to try to make everything that I do look or be almost the least noticeable. I want everything to look as if it could have came this way from the factory. So at least there is like a nice little seam there. So if I cut this out with like a razor blade or scissors, it should have a really clean appearance and not look fucked up and janky. I'm not sure if the bar sets high enough to clear this foam or not. I may have to cut into the foam. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But yeah, so we're gonna figure out the bar's hardware, and I'm gonna remove these liners. Actually, we'll figure out if they'll work after the bar is in when I try to put them back, and modify them accordingly. All right, guys. Got it disassembled here at the rear, so I need to look at the bar. Some bubble wrap, so I'll set it down on the floor. I don't know if this is instructions or not. If it is, hopefully there's some English translation, because so far mostly what I see is like Japanese writing. Give us some pictures or something, guys. Yeah, we got pictures. No English. No English, but we got pictures. It does have like a little parts diagram. Show us the hardware, the brackets. I can see the way they're oriented. Pictures. You can see the way it mounts. I'm curious about that foam now. I think it may not clear. Let's put the ends on first and we'll figure it out. Hardware. Stapled close. Very nice packaging. Everything that I get from Japan. All my HKS stuff, this Blitz stuff. Really nice quality stuff. Really good quality packaging. Make sure the stuff is not getting damaged in transit. Nothing I got from Japan has been. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful finish on this. Yep. So they look identical. You just flip depending on the side you run it on. Grab some tools. Nice little Milwaukee kit here. loosen up these two 14mm nuts so we can put on the hardware. They weren't overly tight to get off, so I think how I got them is probably fine. But like I said, I'll look at the torque values and we'll them down the spec. Super easy install, easiest install I've done all week. But the shift knob will not be any more difficult. Hard part is getting this fucking tape off. Finish on this is beautiful, guys. These are gorgeous, and there's another plastic wrapper over this. Really nice quality. Really nice quality. I may even leave this damn plastic on here just so I don't scratch it up. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave the plastic on there while I install it, and then I'll break off the plastic once it's on there and just peel it off, so we don't mess up the finish. Really, really nice, guys. Blitz, good shit. No foam modification is needed. It will just fit right in the trunk. I may actually have to put the liner on first, because I don't think I'll be able to slip it in after the bar's installed. The liner's got to go on first. I'm gonna have to disassemble that side again now, get that apart, and then put the hardware on with the liner still on there. I think is just what I'm gonna have to do. But I think it will fit with the liner. And it does fit with the foam and the liner, no mods to that. I still think the wheel arch liners may need some trimming, but I don't know. We're gonna find out. Bar goes in. There we go. Still got the plastic on it. Now just the fender liner's gotta go back in. And we'll see if they have to be cut or modified at all to get them in. Like I said, 8mm Allen. 14mm nut with the Allen head bolt. We'll go reverse order of disassembly, which was I took off the driver's side first, then I took off the passenger side. So we'll put on the passenger side first, and then I'll put on the driver's side. I think it'll look best if I cut off that section. So it does kind of fit without being modified, but it looks like something is off. And that's exactly what we don't want. Something to look like it's off. This actually looks like there's staples holding it on. It is two different pieces. I thought maybe it was glued on or something. We're gonna remove these staples. that piece just came off. So nice. All stick goes out. Beautiful. Everything looks just like it should. You got a little bit of exposed metal. Alright guys, it's in. La pièce de résistance. You see it, it's in. Blitz rear strut tower bar. It's not scratched, it's not marked up. That's a plastic wrap, I didn't take it off yet. And you know what, I'm gonna leave it on for now actually. I will have to take this back out when I do the AEM water meth install. So just so this thing stays protected, doesn't get damaged or scratched, I'm gonna leave it covered like that. I'm gonna throw the subwoofer back in, put my tools away, and that's a wrap, guys. That's it. Get this stuff put away, and then I'll pop in the shift knob and the shifter boot. That don't require no tools, that'll be easy. So let me just put the subwoofer in and we'll get to it. I'm going to save that roll of black plastic because I'm sure it goes to something. I'm going to figure out what it goes to. I'm going to see if I can use my phone and Google Translate or something and figure out what it's for. Blitz sticker, I should have 2. These are going to go on the car for sure. Not sure where, but somewhere for sure. Alright guys, just so you see, really clean look. Really clean look. I like it. Plastic is still on there. I'm gonna leave it on. It'll come off in the future, but for now it's gonna serve its purpose and protect it from getting damaged. Yes. So we got my old carbon fiber shift knob, Amazon special. Might not be real carbon fiber. It kind of looks like it, but it also kind of don't. I believe it might be just black fiberglass in resin, but whatever. I got this a little bit after I got the car, and I didn't realize that this was, it fits, but it sits high up. It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the thread, so the shifter has some area that's exposed, and it doesn't look good because shift knobs made for car with a reverse lockout, they have like an area, a divot here, a little channel where this pulls up and into. This doesn't, so it stops up high. Whatever. So we got the shift knob off. This is a bride shift boot like the one I got, except this was a cheapy one and it's all ratty. So I got a newer one, a nicer one. You see, that was very simple, guys. Just pull up and out So this next part, I'm gonna explain it, but I definitely need 2 hands to do it. It's pretty easy. I've done it before. Let's see. There's these little plastic tabs. We gotta spread them or push them kind of in. You see little plastic tabs all along here. They all have to be pressed in for you to pull out. I have a little plastic pry tool that I have that I'm gonna use. I gotta go grab it. But I just use that to push these little tabs, and then I pull them apart. Just be careful, especially if it's really cold or hot where you live when you do this, because plastic can get really brittle under extreme weather conditions, and you don't want to break something like this. Shit like that pisses me off. So yeah, I'm gonna pop this apart and we'll cut back once it's split. Check it out, guys. So I got them split. You can see these are little tabs. You press in, you push away from this guy, they split in 2 pieces. So this is the old bride shift boot still on here. These have little holes that just sit over these little tabs. So we'll see if I have an issue. I was doing a pretty lousy job trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. I wasn't able to look at the camera and look at this, so that was awful. I'll probably have to cut most of that out. So I'm just pulling up and away to get these tabs off the shifter boot. So yeah, this didn't have any holes in it. I crudely cut it. This material is kind of hard to work with. It frays easily, which is why I opted not to do it this time. I brought it to this lady literally right down the street from my house. You can see this is the new bride shift boot. It looks almost identical, same red stitching and everything, except yeah, this is all beat up. So I had to cut this cheap one from Temu, whatever, because it didn't fit, and I had to cut these holes in it, and it looks ratty. I left it on, and I bought a nicer one that this person on Etsy makes, but they also don't cut the holes in it. So I took it to this lady down the street, who's a tailor or whatever. She did it for me. She didn't even charge me, but I'm not sure that she put the holes, like if the size is good enough, or if she put them on the boot accurately to where they go. I brought her the original OEM boot for her to reference, but she literally, I brought it to her a day prior. She said she would have it done the same day for me to go pick it up later. When I went, she hadn't done it yet. I was not a big deal at all. She said, come back tomorrow. When I came back to pick it up the following day, she still hadn't done it. And she did it right then on the spot, quickly. I ended up like, okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna cross the street, grab some beer at the package store. And then I went back and she was practically done. So yeah, I'm not sure how accurately she did this. I'm hoping she did. Like, it wasn't something hard to do. She didn't even charge me for it, which shows me that, or tells me that maybe she didn't really put any effort into doing what she did. But we're gonna hope that she did well enough and that this works. So if you can see the new one, at least, sorry, I'm just inspecting it. It has the pattern cut out on it like the factory one does. So the person that made this, you know it was made for this. Whereas this one is just like some cheap universal crap that really didn't work very well at all. So I'm going to put that onto this little black plastic frame. As was on the other one, and yeah. And yeah, she didn't do a good job. There's holes that don't line up. She didn't do a good job. That's why she didn't charge me for it. She didn't put any effort. She just did it real quick. It didn't interest her, I guess. She could have just told me no from the beginning, and I would have haphazardly done it myself, unwantingly, and probably would have did a better job than she did actually. So, note to self, sometimes just do it. Sometimes just do it. Even though I'm someone that, like, if I know I'm not well versed in something, I should probably leave it to a professional to do it, I will. But in this case, the professional sucked. Yo, 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 we're back. And you see it, new shift boot is in. Looks good. I mean, it's pretty set in there because of the short shifter. I think it looks a little funny, but I bet you even if I was to put the factory one back on, it would probably look a little funny just because it's a lot lower than it used to. But the lady that I had put the holes in it, she did a shit job, just piss poor. It's all right though. I was thankfully able to make it work without having to cut any extra holes. I was able to make it work. It's in there. It looks good. You can't tell her mistakes just because they're kind of hidden behind this trim and ring. But it looks good. And the HKS carbon fiber shift knob going on. Oh yeah, that's so nice. It's so good. That's so good. Hold on, let's get some more. Look at that. I had to give some more lighting just so you can see better. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. HKS carbon fiber shift knob. That's how a real carbon fiber shift knob should look. That thing is sweet. Won't say how much I paid for it, but these are actually for a GR or BRZ, but same stuff. It fits, it works, it looks good, and you won't find it looking for a shift knob for a Rex. So that's for sure. So yeah, happy. Nice little driver mod. Short shifter kit, new bride shift boot, HKS shift knob, looking so good. I'm super happy with that. I love the way it looks. Worth the money for the HKS carbon fiber shift knob. Definitely much nicer than the cheapo Amazon I had in there. Although it served its purpose, it was cheap. Look good enough, but it does look kind of stupid when it sits so high because it didn't have the little recess. I should have showed you the bottom of the HKS one to see what I mean. It has a little channel for this to sit up into. You see, the other one doesn't, so it stops up high even when you thread it as far down as it goes. So that's it. That's the end of this chapter. We did the Blitz rear strut tower bar, which is in there. Can't really see. There you go. You can kind of see it back there. Yeah. And HKS carbon fiber shift knob and bride shift boot. We did it, guys. We're done. That's it. Have a good night.